welcome to Chess Talk, episode 238. Hello, two of us again.
Again.
It won't be this forever.
It might.
240 though. 240 has other people.
Whatever.
It's not this forever. We promise. But it is right now.
Thanks for enduring us.
The drought.
Yes.
But it's us. We're back.
Yeah.
We got a wide array of topics. So yeah, we're here. We're going to be talking. I would normally be playing chess, but
Don't spoil
our recording table is a little preoccupied. Maybe after an episode comes out, I can explain. But as it is right now, I cannot play chess.
Not playing chess at all. You could download a chess app.
I need
play
my
on your phone.
I need my phone to look up things.
Okay.
I need my tools. So, how have you been?
Tired.
Yeah. What's new in the baking world? You made donuts?
I did make donuts.
a
They were
regular-
okay.
They were good. I think they were good. Definitely better fresh, but not bad by any
Yeah.
means. You made brioche, a regular
I
brioche.
did make brioche. That was delicious.
Yes, that was your favorite.
Yes.
You figured out that it's essentially just like Hawaiian sweet rolls
Yeah, just not pineapple.
without pineapple. Yeah.
Yeah, but that was really good. I'm probably going to make that again next weekend and make it like a shareable rolls and bring it to the office.
What do you have brewing right now?
Brewing?
right now?
I'm trying to make a sourdough starter.
Yes.
It doesn't smell good right now. I'm hoping that tomorrow it will. But if it doesn't, then I'm just going to start over. And
Yes, with a
figure
different
it out.
recipe.
Yeah.
Sorry, Mr. Hollywood. You're trying.
I'm going to blame my ingredients. Maybe the water, because I use tap water.
Oh, you gotta filter it. I don't know. Probably.
I
You probably do.
You probably do, yeah. So
Yeah.
maybe that was part of the problem. So we'll see how it turns out tomorrow if it doesn't smell good, because I refreshed it tonight. And if it doesn't turn out good, I'm going to find a new recipe.
Start over.
Yeah. Sourdough start over.
Just like this conversation, how is Luigi's Mansion? You played a little bit more of that since we last recorded.
I don't remember. It's been a few days since I've
I
played
know.
it, so I don't really remember. I still like it. I don't care if it's a kid's game. Fuck you.
I know that you were going back and just like getting all the gems and stuff
Yeah,
And I had
that's
to
the
help
last
you
thing I did.
on a couple of them.
Yeah.
The one where you had to go into the freezer and hold a ice cube over
And then
the
melt
lit
it.
stove.
Yeah. I was in that room messing around with everything, and I grabbed that ice cube, and I was like, I feel like I have to do something with this. So I tried like throwing it at things, and it wasn't working. And then I just didn't put two and two together because I had turned the stove on and off when I first entered the room and thinking that would do something. And I was like, nope.
It doesn't.
But
It does.
yes. So I like left that room, asked you to look it up, and you were like, you have to go back to that room.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, because I was like, oh, do you have the one with the ice cube? And you're like, I was just there.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Yeah, I like the game. It's fun.
That's fun. I've been playing more Smash. I did play some Skyrim while you were out.
Getting lunch.
Yeah. So I am still progressing through the Thieves Guild storyline. Little 21 Khajiit, a little thief. So I mean, that's interesting. I got a quest I've never actually gotten before, so that's fun.
Oh, really?
It was in Markarth. Markath.
Markarth.
There is an abandoned house, and when you walk by it the first time, a guy's out there, and he's like, "Do you want to go in here with me? I think it's haunted." Essentially, super paraphrasing. And you go in, and the guy's like, "It's definitely haunted. Let's keep going further." And I was like, "All right, this guy's gonna fucking turn on me." And then you make it further, and then you hit a door, and it's locked, and then the house starts like shaking. And like a voice starts playing in your head, and the guy you're with is like, "Oh shit, this is way too powerful. We need to get the fuck out." And then you go back to the front door, and the front door is locked too. And the voice in your head is essentially saying, "Kill this guy, and then I'll let you leave." And I thought about it for a second, and I was like, "Oh wait, my character, I'm not trying to be good," and so I just killed him like instantly. And now I'm on this quest line where there's like this demon that lives in this house. But he has been getting like some priest of another god praying at this house or whatever, and like keeping the demon at bay. And so now I'm going to bring this priest back to the house so the demon can do away with the priest.
Jesus.
Yeah, I was like, I've never seen this quest before.
Yeah. That's so weird.
Yeah.
That's weird.
So that's what I'm doing in that. I unlocked quite a bit of characters in Smash. Probably around like 40, or
There's
would you
so
say
many.
more?
I don't know. I didn't count.
I still got more though, but I got like the random ones like Duck Hunt, Olimar,
Olimar from Pikmin.
Yeah, I know that there was at one point like a big internet thing to get a Pikmin game on the Switch, and there isn't one yet.
Oh yeah.
So I got him, Inkling, obviously. I got so many goddamn Fire Emblem people. So yeah, still fun. I'm playing more of classic mode as opposed to the Journey of Light. I can't remember what it's called. The weird like spirit board level. Because I just feel like so many of the things I'm doing right now, it's like you versus 3 other people. Like that's not fun. That's just frustrating.
Yeah.
I think that's it for the weekly talks. Do you want to talk about Grimes first?
Sure. Get that out of the way.
So Grimes, Chess Talk 2015's Album of the Year artist.
Jesus. That was so long
That's
ago.
when Art Angels came out, and so it's been 5 years, and she finally put out her next album, Miss
Anthropocene.
Anthropocene, because it's like,
Anthropocene.
I don't know. It's like anthropy, right?
What?
That's a word.
Is that a word?
I don't think so.
Okay. Anyway, what did you think?
It was okay. I did talk about it a little bit before we recorded. I mean, the singles that it had was Violence, which I don't remember when that one came out. It says September of last year. And then So Heavy I Fell Through the Earth, My Name is Dark, 4 a.m., and Delete Forever. And I only really remember the last 2 being released.
Yeah.
We thought that We Appreciate Power was on the album. It's not on the regular album.
Oh,
Yeah. That's on the like deluxe edition.
that's weird.
Yes, it is. So I mean, it's okay. Like I said, I told you. To me, it sounded like she finally figured out instruments, and so she felt the need to have like a bunch of instruments in all the songs, whereas on previous albums it was more electronic based.
Yeah.
And so like Art Angels was the album where she figured out like, oh, I can sing throughout my songs and it doesn't sound terrible.
Yeah.
And so on that album she sang on like every single song. And this one it was just experimenting with her voice even further, with like not just doing the weird wispy grimesy noises and just like singing like a person, and instruments, and it was just okay.
Okay.
You thoughts?
That's how conversation work.
Yeah.
I don't know, because
You said you liked it.
I did. Words are hard. When We Appreciate Power came out, I was like, okay, this is like a darker, edgier Art Angels.
Yeah.
And that's what I was kind of expecting.
Mm-hmm.
And that's not what we got.
No.
So I'm not mad, because, you know, she can express herself however she wants to. Not every song was for me. I think as an album, like, it flows together, which is good. There are some catchy songs. It's just different. I don't know. It's hard to really like pin down like what I liked and didn't like about it, but I more liked it than didn't. There's just some songs that are unnecessary. I feel like, I don't remember what the song is called. I think it's Dark Side, but I think she was trying to recreate Scream.
Yes.
And it didn't.
Definitely.
It didn't really work out. It's not for me, but.
Yeah.
then,
So how do you think I feel as someone that didn't even like Scream?
Yeah. I liked Scream.
I know you did.
I don't know. I like the singles. I know you didn't really like Delete Forever, and it was really fucking weird to hear at first.
Yes.
And then I was like, okay, this is catchy. It was fun. It was like Miley Cyrus meets Grimes.
It just, you put it in the context of the album, and the first song is So Heavy I Fell Through the Earth, which is like this 6-minute
Yeah.
something. I'm like,
It reminds me of Visions.
kind of, but it's just a very odd album opener.
Yeah.
And it just sets the tone for the album in a really weird way, because then the next song is Dark Side, and you're like, okay, this is another completely different song. And then it's Delete Forever, and you're like, okay, this is another totally different song that I don't get in my mind. And then Violence came on, and I was like, oh, okay. And then 4 a.m., I was like, okay, yeah.
Yeah.
New Gods is also good. And then I think My Name Was Dark was okay. And then You'll Miss Me When I'm Not Around, just the title, I'm like, shut up. And then...
But you did miss her when she wasn't around for 5 years.
Yeah, and now she's back, and, you know, Before the Fever, I honestly don't even remember it.
Yeah.
And then the album closer was also just okay. That's my very
Yeah.
generalized thoughts on this album.
Yeah.
And so I was like, well, maybe I'm just being harsh. Maybe Art Angel's like, I have my issues with it. Let me go back and listen to it. Art Angel's is pretty good. I can start. I have to skip the first 3 songs, and then
What are the first 3?
I
know Scream is one of
Why
them.
you gotta do this to me? So the first 3. I mean, the first song is okay. Like, it's just an intro. It's like laughing and not being normal.
I don't even remember
Yeah,
that.
it's just like the opener. It's like whatever, and then it's California,
Oh, yeah.
and then Scream,
Yeah.
and then the rest. Like, I listened to the entire thing in full. Like, didn't skip a single song. I was like, that's fucking. That's a good album.
Yeah.
I think there's a reason why it was the album of the year for us, and I think that this one just isn't.
Yeah.
Like, I think that she does well when it's a little more poppy, with the synth being the main focus, which I think that album did, as opposed to indie music instruments.
I don't know. I don't feel like the synth wasn't a main part of her album.
I just can't remember, aside from 4 a.m., any main synth lines or any sort of like electronic influences.
I think the whole thing is electronically influenced.
I mean, like, like when you think of like Reality or Kill V Mame or whatever, it's like there are like distinct electronic parts that like stick out in your head.
Yeah, but it doesn't mean it's not electronically influenced or there aren't electronic
I just used
parts.
the wrong words.
You just wanted like a more melodic synth lead,
Yes.
which I can see didn't happen very often in the new album, but it doesn't mean that the electronics weren't the main focus. They just weren't what you wanted.
They took a back seat in my mind.
Yeah.
They took a back seat to other instruments. So I'm not saying that they were gone. It's just like they weren't as apparent.
Okay.
So that's my biggest issue with this album, just because it's Grimes maturing or whatever. That's what every artist would say.
She's gonna be a mom. I don't know how long it took her to write this album. I don't know if she's been working on it the whole time. I don't know if
think
like
so.
a lot of it came out like out of her brain when she got pregnant, because I know that like at least I follow her on Instagram and all she talks about lately is like how her brain is weird because she's pregnant and she doesn't like it.
Yeah, I feel like she's been posting for a while and like saying she's wanting to release the album. Like, I think when she put out We Appreciate Power, like, she was ready to put out the album.
Yeah,
but
there
like,
were issues with her label.
Yeah. So I think this album's been written and done for a while. It's just they couldn't release it for whatever reason. So
Yeah.
I don't know. Are you ready to rate it?
No. I want to keep listening to it and really let it marinate.
It's fine, I guess.
You can rate it.
I'd just give it a 5.
Okay.
It's not bad. Like I said, there are songs like I'll put on a playlist somewhere. Like I like those songs, but
When she's good, she's good. I've never had like a bad Grimes experience. Just, in my opinion.
there's the first album of the year we've talked about. Been a good year for my music. I'll say that so far. Everyone's losing their mind.
Your music should be better.
Yeah, I mean, it's getting better.
Okay.
Every year there's more new albums.
The quantity does not equal quality.
Nope, it does.
Okay. What's the next topic?
We're going to talk about BoJack.
I don't want to cry.
So we're at episodes 5 and 6 of the season. So we
Yeah.
got 2 left after this.
Yes.
And spoilers.
Yeah.
Because the first episode was all about him getting a new AA sponsor
Yes.
because everyone hates him because of the shitty interview.
Yeah. He got sued. A lot of months passed since
Yeah, they
that interview.
jump cut 2 or 3 months.
Yeah.
Okay.
He like was getting sued by Sarah Lynn's family, and
I mean, he got sued and lost,
but they reached
settled.
a settlement.
so he lost.
Yeah.
For $5 million.
Yeah.
And then he's being sued by Xerox for $100 million.
God. Jesus Christ. It's so
America.
fucking- So sad. God. Anyway.
Diane is finished with her book. Writing a sequel. So I mean, I don't want to just recap
Yeah.
all the things that happened, but you know, I am more and more convinced that BoJack will not see the end of this show.
It's just getting rough. He started drinking again.
Yes.
That was so sad.
I know. Hollyhock abandoned him. Well, didn't abandon him, just...
She cut ties.
Yes.
And
I was hoping we would
it.
hear the letter, but I guess it's more impactful if we don't.
We know what it says.
But I want to hear it.
No.
I know.
We don't need to.
So, yeah, I don't know. What does he have? What does he have left? Todd doesn't want to see him.
No.
He's staying with Mr. Peanut Butter, but Mr. Peanut Butter doesn't care,
Mr.
really.
Peanut Butter isn't a real, I don't want to say person, because he's a dog, but he doesn't know how to actually connect with people.
Mr. Peanut Butter sees BoJack living there as a good thing for Mr. Peanut Butter, so he cannot be alone. Yes. He doesn't see it as, oh, I can really help BoJack out. Yeah. It's just like, oh, great, you're here.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
So that person won't help. Mm-hmm. I don't think Princess Caroline really cares because he's not really getting work, and so she's just happy to not have him in his life.
Yeah. She's not even trying to get him work because she knows it's a waste of her time.
Yes. Yeah. So he has nothing.
Mm-hmm. So sad.
I don't think he's going to make it.
I know.
And it's fitting.
Yeah.
As bad as that is and terrible as it is to say, it's very fitting for seasons 1 through 5 of BoJack. Mm-hmm. 1 through 4 maybe at the harshest. Any thoughts about Diane and moving to Houston with Guy?
I am happy to see Diane kind of get out of her funk, we'll say. Her depression. She's still depressed, but...
I don't know if it's like... I'm probably reading way too into it, but maybe it's because she's gotten some time away from LA. And so she's starting to like disconnect from being an LA person and trying to be this big, sophisticated writer that writes things that make a difference. And she can just be a person.
Yeah.
Just figure out who Diane is.
I think they've been showing that this whole season, and it culminating with her conversation with Princess Carolyn about just writing something fun. Mm-hmm. And I think she seems a lot more together.
Yeah.
Because she could just relax and write something kind of probably mindless, but that was really fun and apparently meant a lot to
Sunny.
Yeah, which was cute.
Guy and his son, Sunny.
Yeah, and then his mom, Lady.
Is that the ex-wife?
Yeah, her name's Lady.
I didn't catch that.
Yeah. Guy, Lady, and Sunny.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, I like that storyline. It's nice to see Diane not in a toxic situation. And especially because she likes to put herself in toxic situations.
I was like, she like feeds off of that, so she would have just contributed.
Yeah, but she's trying to get better, and it's really nice. I hope she doesn't ruin it.
Mm-hmm. Because you're rooting for...
Yeah.
You want Diane. You want to be Diane.
No.
You want to be a writer.
No.
Okay.
I don't.
But everyone can do it.
Shut up, Mr. Peanut Butter. I like their phone call. I thought that was nice because it could have been very like looking to the past kind of conversation, but it seemed like they were like Mr. Peanut Butter said some line about how if they weren't the people that they were, or if they were the people that they were now, they would have never been together or something like that.
No, Diane said, if the people we are now met each other, maybe things would have been different. Mr. Peanut Butter said, well, if we never met each other, we wouldn't be the people we are now.
Yeah.
So,
yeah.
Fate kind of doing its thing.
Yeah. They amicably recognize that they helped each other become better people, even if they didn't mean to.
By being shitty
with
each other.
By being shitty with each other, yes. I mean, you can grow as a person. I don't know. What about Princess Carolyn and Judah?
I don't know. I don't even know if like Princess Carolyn, she seemed to have a reaction towards it, but I don't know like what it means.
Yeah.
I don't know if it means they're going to be a thing.
She deserves to be happy.
I'm indifferent to it.
Yeah.
I thought it would have been sweet if it was just Judah was always there for her and just was a good friend. Anything
else? Todd's finally reconciling with his mom in a weird...
We finally see his mom.
Yeah. I thought she was dead because they wouldn't show her.
I was thinking that the dad remarried, and that's why...
Stepdad?
Is that his stepdad?
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah.
That's what I was thinking, and that's why like we saw someone up there, but he was like, no. But yeah.
I was expecting her to be dead.
No. That's what I think both you and Rob said that in the first half.
Did we?
Yeah.
I don't remember.
And I was like, no, dad's doesn't want the mom to talk to Todd.
No. The mom didn't want the mom to talk to Todd.
How dare she? I mean, I'm indifferent.
Yeah.
It feels like something that they thought they would have more time to flesh out.
Yeah.
Because like I said, 3 episodes left, we're finally seeing the mom.
Yeah,
So
it was a weird way to resolve that storyline.
a very fast way.
Yeah. So maybe that was their intention. Like, well, we don't have time to fully flesh this out. Let's just make it ridiculous.
Because Todd.
Yeah.
And 100 Frito Pies.
Frito Pie.
Yes.
Yes. I want to know what a Frito Pie is.
I think
It looks
it's
like
just,
a chili with Fritos on it, which sounds delicious.
I think that's it.
That's what I want. That sounds good.
Yes, it's a very easy
Yeah.
thing.
It's a very easy thing.
Mm-hmm.
I just have this, like, dread for the next episode because I know it's not going to be fun.
How did the last episode end? I don't even remember.
The last thing I remember was him at the old producer's house, just getting drunk and that, but I don't remember how the episode ended.
I mean, he got back to his house and he was watching the Blu-ray edition of Horsing Around, and he was like blackout drunk and he was grabbing pills and stuff.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's not going to be a good episode. I can tell.
Yeah.
I have heard that the next episode is rough, so.
I think this is the Beatrice episode.
There's a Beatrice episode?
Yeah, I remember I was saying that there's a thumbnail of like the episode list, and Beatrice is one of them.
Rough.
Here we go. So yeah, I can't wait to review that next week and give our final rating of BoJack ever. You've essentially like gone through all of BoJack in this podcast lifetime.
Really?
Essentially, because I mean, like the first award show was in 2015.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, but we didn't start talking about it.
I feel like we would have mentioned it at least in 2015. No. Definitely the next year, because the next year would have been season 3. So, and with that, what's our last topic, Brantley?
Academy Award winning for Best Picture, Green Book.
No.
Oh.
No.
Then I watched the wrong movie.
Yeah, you watched another movie aside from the one that we watched together.
I was setting up for a joke, but whatever.
Yeah. Is the joke that no one watched Green Book?
No, the joke was that, yeah, you're right, Green Book was the wrong movie.
No, yeah, we did not watch that.
Yeah, no one watched Green Book. I think the Oscars do, like, a ranked voting system. So, like, probably everyone, like, picks, like, one of 3 different things as their favorites, and then, like, Green Book's somewhere in the middle on their list. But none of the top votes are enough to, like, pick a clear winner. So, like, it moves down, and then somehow Green Book won.
Is that actually how, or you just think that's how it works?
I read it online, so of course that's true.
It's 100% true.
Yes.
If that's true, that's really dumb.
Yeah.
That's a really stupid way to do it.
Yeah.
It's like they should just make an app that tallies votes.
Stop it. Stop it. Not on this podcast.
That's our other political podcast.
Yes, that's Chess Talk After Dark.
Oh, I was just going to say Polititalk. That's probably an actual podcast.
Probably, and that's a dumb name. Sorry.
That's why it's probably a podcast.
Yeah.
Anyways.
And Chess Talk is a great name.
Yes. I love it.
Anyway, we're talking about Parasite.
We always play chess. Yeah, you just came with the idea randomly. Hey, let's watch it.
Like, yeah, randomly. I was like, hey, I've heard this is a good movie.
No, but I mean, like, it would make sense if it was before the Oscars. Yeah. So we could, like, talk about it and be like, oh, maybe this is good and it's going to win. But it's like, oh, no, we know it's good.
Yeah.
Let's watch it.
Yeah.
Hey, it was good.
It was good.
I'm assuming you liked it?
Yes.
Yeah.
I do want to say, when it first came out and people were talking about it, I read the plot summary because I was like, I'm probably never going to watch this. And I read it and I was like, this sounds really fucking weird. I don't think I ever want to watch this. And then it's a lot better than the plot summary has.
I don't know. Like, before we started, I was like, I don't really know much. All I know is that there are squatters and...
Not really squatters.
Kind of, but not really.
Yeah.
And it was... I don't know how this got marketed, because I don't remember any marketing, but I kept hearing that this was like a horror movie.
I did too. It was more like a dark comedy with, like, that switches into a thriller.
And even then, like, it's just like a brief moment of thriller.
I read a interview with, I think it's Pong Joon Hang? Pongju something? I don't know how to say his name.
The director?
But I know that the B is like a P sound. That's what someone told
okay.
me once. If I'm wrong, I'm very sorry.
Did someone on the internet tell you that, or someone in person?
I don't know.
Okay.
But someone told me it was with like a P sound. Bong Joon-ho. Is that his name?
I think it's just Bong Joon-ho.
Yeah. I couldn't remember. I'm sorry. But he said that when he was writing his script, there's like a very distinct moment in this movie that it takes like a weird shift. Like it's no longer just funny. And he said that he didn't really plan that. He didn't have, like, he said he mostly, when he writes, he tries to have like this climactic scene that like he starts backwards and builds up to that. But this, like, he just had this idea for the front of the movie, and that's what he just kept writing, and it just had this natural progression, and it ended up that way. So he didn't plan on it to be like a thriller or a comedy or anything. He just wanted to tell this specific story.
I'm assuming you just started with the idea of poor family makes their way into a rich person's
something like that
daily life.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So I thought that was interesting.
Did he like specifically say what the moment was that the movie turned?
I mean, it's the clear moment that I think everyone noticed that it like shifted when the family's out of town, they're in the house, and then like the doorbell starts ringing.
Yeah.
That's like the shift for everyone.
Yeah, I would get that.
Because like that's when like just all of this tension rises, because it's like, well, they're not supposed to be there. She's in the house. She's probably really loyal to this family. Mm-hmm. Oh wait, no, there's something else deeper.
Yeah,
deeper.
It was obvious when the doorbell rang, and then when you see her and like she's got a fucked up face and she seems very panicked, and it's like, oh no, this is bad.
Yeah, it got real tense.
Yeah,
I was very anxious during the entire like last half of the movie. I wasn't bored by the movie, but towards the end I was feeling the length of the movie. It seemed to not know how to end itself, and that might be, like you said, part of just a result of him not writing from the ending and going backwards. It's him like kept writing, and so like it felt like it was about to end a couple of times. Yeah. And then it just kept going, and I was like, okay, okay. But I'm okay with how it ended.
Oh yeah, I'm fine with the ending. It's just I felt like it took its time getting to it, and I don't know if it was super necessary. That's what I feel
like. I can't think of a scene that wasn't important to what he was trying to say.
I thought it would have been a good ending if the son goes up to the mountains, looks at the house, and sees the blinking lights. Boom, end. But instead, we see the entire message of what his dad is saying to him. Okay, maybe end. Okay, and then we see the son. Okay, and he's writing a letter. And then, okay, end. Okay, and then we see a vision of what the son's future is like. I know, is this really happening? Okay, end. Okay, the son finishes the letter, and that's it.
I would like to direct you to Lord of the Rings and tell you to fuck off.
That was a 13-hour epic.
That had 17 endings.
But it was also so many goddamn storylines were brought up, and this is just the same single storyline. Just like I just thought it could have ended at any one of those points. That's all.
But I think at the ending, the true ending it got was the most important message.
What was the message?
I mean, this is most people's interpretation of it is he's writing this letter to his dad about how one day he's going to have enough money and he's going to buy the house and he can just walk right up the stairs and they'll be happy again. And then it flashes back to him and it's like, no, that's not how it works, because there's these lines that you can never cross. And you can say you're going to, but society is going to keep pushing you back into where you belong. Yeah. So no, it's very bleak.
Yeah, no,
outlook not so good.
I was thinking the entire time, I was like, your dad told you, like, don't make plans. When you make plans, it all gets fucked. But if you just go about what you're doing, then you'll never be disappointed. And you'll murder a very wealthy person.
Well, he didn't have a plan and he killed someone, so.
But hey, now he's got a sweet deal. He doesn't pay rent anymore. He just has to not get caught as he steals food from their kitchen. What would you do if you found people living underneath your house?
I'd be terrified.
Could you never have a house again?
I wouldn't want a basement.
I mean, as far as they knew, like they had a basement, like oh whatever, but
I
like
wouldn't want a basement.
there was a sub basement. I mean, it could have been hidden in like the laundry room or something. It was if it was like a back panel of the washer.
Stop it.
I'm just saying, like if you open that door right now and like knock twice on the panel and then boom.
There's no panel in there.
Well, there is.
Okay. I just that shot of when
the sun.
Yeah, when he saw his ghost.
Yes.
Da song.
Yeah.
When he saw the ghost, that was a fucking terrifying shot.
To me, the most horrifying shot is when Mr. Kim is downstairs after he was trying to get the original housekeeper tied up, and he goes back and he sees the husband banging his head against the lights and is just like giggling to himself. That
was creepy.
That to me,
respect.
That actor's faces and his noises he was making.
Yeah, I'm like, both of those scenes were him, so
yeah,
he was terrifying.
And then when he was leaving at the end and he got up the stairs and he was just walking with just determination on his face. And he walked by the knives, and I was like, oh, okay, he's going to grab them. And then he kept walking, and I was like, oh. And then he stopped and turned and grabbed a knife, and I was like, oh, okay, yeah.
Yeah, he is
I was
grabbing
right.
a knife. Yes.
He is crazy. He is going to kill someone.
Yes. The people that killed his wife.
I mean, I thought it was interesting that he chose to go for the daughter. I wonder if that was just, like, the first person that he saw.
I think so.
Okay, yeah, because I know definitely, like, Mr. Kim, what's his, I don't know what his actual, like.
I think.
His Korean name was. They just always called him Mr. Kim.
Yeah.
Mr. Kim and Mr. Park.
Yes.
They were hiding in the bushes, and then I think the mom was like off in the back being a housekeeper. So it makes sense that he just grabbed her.
And he already killed, quote unquote, Kevin.
Yeah, I mean, he did his damnedest.
Yeah.
He got him once, and then he even did a double tap.
It was a fake rock, so that's why.
Yeah. Was that the point of showing that? Was like, oh yeah, that rock was bullshit?
Well, yeah, it was bullshit because it was floating when they went back to their basement.
That's right. I didn't catch that.
Yeah. It was like, what did she describe it as? Because it's like portrayed as this like symbol of like your future wealth and success. But the actress that plays Mrs. Park called it the like shortcut to success. And that's like the metaphor. Like it's hollow, it's empty, and it's not real.
Superficial.
Yes.
It's something that lower class families give to each other.
I mean, his friend Min was like an upper class person.
Yeah.
Like he was in university.
Yeah.
And
going abroad.
Like that's why it was weird for his family to see Min there because they don't really intermix. Yeah. Usually.
And I'm sure Min had never been in the house before and they did not want him to see it.
Yeah. I really enjoyed it. I did not expect to, just because I don't know, I thought it was going to be a horror movie, and when I read the plot summary, I thought it was really fucking weird, but I mean, damn, it's a good movie.
Why? What about the plot summary seemed weird to you?
Because it was very just, like, succinct, like, kid gets job, kid gets sister job, sister gets dad job, dad gets mom job. They find person under the house. Some people die, and I was like, that doesn't make sense. Like, how does this actually happen?
Yeah, I mean.
But seeing it play out, I was like, okay, I can see. Like, it takes away all of like the skills that the family has to make it happen.
Yeah.
So reading it just in like a very plot by plot.
It seems too fast.
Yeah, I was like, this is dumb. It sounded really dumb.
Mm-hmm.
But I was actually very impressed. Mm-hmm. Apparently, Quentin Tarantino really likes Bong Joon-ho's films. And I can see why now. They're very similar.
You think it's
style.
Like a Tarantino light?
I mean, not Tarantino light, just I can see why they, like, he has a different style, but they're very similar. Dark comedy, kind of gruesome for no reason.
Yeah, takes a turn.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But, like, still keeps its comedic tone, and, like, it's a good character study, in humanity.
Does the director have like a track record for movies just like this, or were you not too
He
sure?
has really like beloved films.
Okay.
One that I remember is Snowpiercer.
Okay.
I think that's on Netflix, and I don't know how to say the name of the other one. It's Okja, and I think that was nominated for some Academy Awards a few years back as well.
Mm-hmm.
And those two are like very like cherished films by film lovers apparently.
Okay.
So he does have like he's probably like how they described Mr. Kim as like the Tom Hanks of South Korea as an actor.
Mm-hmm.
He's probably like the Quentin Tarantino of
South Korea.
yes, or the Martin
Yeah.
Scorsese of South Korea. Like he is the guy.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, I would hope so if he's the one that wins
Yeah.
Best Picture for
Yeah.
Oscars.
So he does have like a good track record with his films. And it's cool that this one kind of broke through. I think it's a universal theme.
Mm-hmm.
So that's probably why it's done so well in America as well.
Yeah, and I think it's a very global. I mean, based on what I see on the internet and stuff, it's a lot of upper class versus lower class, the top 1% versus everyone else, and so
Yeah. It's a very universal message that people can relate to.
and I think are actively seeking out mediums that support. Oh yeah, we can do it. They're crazy. It sucks. Everything sucks.
Yeah.
Because I think it's obviously like what changes Mr. Kim, but it's just such a good writing decision to have when the downstairs guy gets stabbed at the party and everything, and they need to get the keys because their son's dying, and
He had a seizure.
oh, they had to get him to the hospital in 15 minutes.
That's bullshit. Sorry.
I mean, that doesn't surprise me. And so Mr. Park needs to roll over the guy into the basement to get the key, and like,
He had that poor person smell.
yes, he had the smell of someone that lives in his basement, and so he had to hold his nose. It's like, fuck. And that's what did it. Mr.
Yeah.
Kim was like, fuck this.
And it's very interesting because they don't portray the Parks as like bad people.
No.
They seem like just kind of out of touch.
Yeah, I don't.
And it's very interesting to see like that turn. Not that turn like they did anything wrong, but like how like that's enough to piss him off.
Because I think it's just because Mr. Kim's tired of that in his everyday life, where he's that person that people plug their nose at,
yeah.
and like his daughter is gonna die because of this fuck, and so he's like, all right, like I can do something with my potential dying breaths.
Yeah.
I think that's what it. Like it was just the desperation, like the need to finally do something, and not just like watch as he's disrespected.
Yeah. Because they kind of, I feel like for the first part of the movie, they make you think like Kevin's kind of the main character and the main point, but like you get to watch the slow breakdown of Mr. Kim, like realizing he can't provide for his family and he can't help them, and now his daughter's dying in front of him, and all he is just that poor guy that smells bad.
Yeah.
And it's really sad.
And I think it also is different because you were saying the Parks don't seem too bad. I think it's because they don't realize that they're interacting with quote unquote poor people. They think that they're interacting with like upper class
Tutors and
assistants, like professionals. And so they're treated like in that same vein. But as if
they knew what their life really was, they probably wouldn't be that nice to them.
Exactly. Yeah. And I think it's the point.
Yeah.
I want to know what's up with the daughter. Why did she flirt with older tutors constantly?
I don't know.
I thought that was such a weird like storyline that
People pointed out how she seemed to be kind of like neglected compared to the son.
Yeah.
Like just tiny hints of it, and how she seemed to be the most like down to earth of the whole family, and
she just needed some sort of attention and acknowledgement.
Yeah. Which I can get it.
And it's like a trope. It's a thing where the teenage daughter goes for the older boy.
Yes. So it's a very universal theme.
Yeah.
It's easy to relate to.
Was it easy to relate to for you?
No, but like it's not an exclusive situation
for
to a
South Koreans.
to a different culture.
Yeah.
You know, every culture, I think, teenage girls like older boys.
Stupid.
Yeah.
He's gonna ask her out officially when she's in university.
He's serious.
You stole that line, Kevin.
Yeah.
If you don't have anything else to say,
Not really. It was a good movie. And
go watch it.
yes. Even if you don't know anything about South Korea, you'll still enjoy it. It's still a good movie. They're still just people.
We watched the movie on Plex, and the first minute, the subtitles weren't playing, and so we panicked.
I was like, no!
We need to watch this, but no subtitles, but we found subtitles. But
yes.
There was a minute where we were both like, God damn it.
We could have rented it. You can rent it on Amazon.
I'd rather just at this point, just get it on Blu-ray or something.
Yeah. I enjoyed it.
Are you ready to rate it?
Out of 10 peaches. There's nothing better than that. Don't think for something better than that.
Out of 10 Indians.
No. 10 peaches.
Thick, hairy peaches.
Yeah.
I thought that was weird that they called out the fuzz and they were scraping off specifically the fuzz.
So he did an interview and they asked why
it's all
the
a thing.
peach thing was important. And it wasn't because anything special about peaches besides the fact that apparently fruit is very, very expensive in South Korea.
That doesn't surprise me.
Yeah. So it's a delicacy. It's why it's
it's
the housekeeper was bringing fruit around as a treat for the kids because it's fucking $26 for a watermelon apparently.
Yeah. It was a plate full of fruit. That's a symbol of wealth.
Yes. There are so many symbols of wealth. Apparently
that
Mercedes-Benz is the car to have in South Korea, and it shows your status. And they had their friends come over for that party, and someone had a Mini Cooper, and they were making them park it in the garage so that no one would see it. But don't block the Benz. So many things.
Watch the movie, but have comments open so you can catch all the things. There should be a spoiler-free, on SoundCloud where you can leave comments.
Yeah.
Or on Amazon videos, there's notes and stuff. Mm-hmm. Watch a spoiler-free movie version of that, where it's every reference is okay, so this
no, just go read
in
about
South
it
Korea.
After. Anyway, the peach thing. He chose peaches mostly stylistically because it's the easiest kind of thing to set off an allergy, where it can also look, I don't want to say
TB.
Just, sneaky. Scraping the fuzz off the peach is the best, most discreet way to poison her, essentially. And they really tried to make sure that you could see the fuzz in the sunlight.
I'm sure that's
That's why. Yeah.
It was just funny.
Yeah. So.
What would you rate out of 10 peach fuzz?
Peaches. Just peaches. Peaches.
10.
I really liked when they were all fighting and she just started rubbing a fucking peach in her face.
She ran to the fridge and grabbed a bag of peaches.
It looked so funny, but not thinking about, that could probably kill her.
She's trying to murder her right now.
But
she's trying.
Just peach. It was funny.
Mm-hmm.
Sorry.
It's a metaphor for booty.
I would give it a 9 out of 10.
Why not a 10?
Probably the length.
So you also had a problem with the length?
Yes, but not because of the endings. But yes, 9 out of 10.
I'm in the same boat.
Yeah, the length.
Pretty much it. Mm-hmm. The length.
I think some of the beginning could have been shaved off because I feel like the entire middle where the doorbell rings on did such a good job of building all this tension that I didn't want to get rid of any of that.
Yeah.
The sex scene was weird, but it was important to show.
It was funny. What was it important to show? That they still fuck?
Fetishize poverty.
Oh, with the panties?
Yeah, and buy me drugs. They're sexualizing the plight of poor people.
Yeah.
And it's sad because they're out of touch. It was a weird scene though.
I thought it was funny.
Yeah, I know you did.
It was funny. Just imagine being under the table and it's we're here.
Yep.
9 out of 10. Mm-hmm. Seal of approval. Mm-hmm. Go watch it.
Yes.
And I think that's going to do it for this week. So thanks for listening. Mm-hmm. We'll be back next with another thing. the last 2 episodes of BoJack and other topics. So thanks for listening. Give us a rate. Tell your dog about us.
Yeah.
Chloe's sleeping in the other room.
Send us pictures of your dog.
If you send us a picture of your dog, we will send you 10 pictures of Chloe.
Yes.
We have them.
We have many.
We have plenty of those.
Yes.
So there's your incentive. And we'll see you later. Bye.
Bye.